So these two songs, Death of a Godmother and Requiem, they're split up on the album, but I wrote them as one song, and originally the entire thing was called Death of the Godmother. At the very beginning there, it's basically just a piano and vocal, and those vocals are Natalia's last words, who kind of predicted her own death in saying that she was in such grief over her brother Savin dying, and she was actually the next one to go. So her last words, speaking to Agafia, who would be the last remaining daughter. All her brothers and sisters will have died after this. Her last words to Agafia were basically, you know, you are now alone, kind of lamenting the fact that she was leaving her to be alone with her father in the wilderness there. So yeah, there's just a brief musical moment at the beginning with just a piano and that voice and some stuff behind it, and the rest of the song kind of takes on a different shape, and the more I kind of worked on that song and wrote it, I realized that the latter half of that song was meant really to represent, you know, it's meant to be a memorial for the death of all three of them. And so that was why I ended up kind of, like, the song still runs together, but I did end up splitting it up because I felt like it sort of stood for something different. So the two sons and the one daughter died, and the song Requiem is meant to be just like a memorial for those three. Actually, Requiem is one of the only songs on the album where kind of one of my favorite musical techniques is to take a single chord progression and just repeat it over and over and over, and find ways to layer things and add to it and take away and make it interesting. This is the only song on the album that actually does that, and I think you know, there's no really, every other song on the album has like an A section and a B section or a C section, and this one really, it's just the same chord progression and stuff gets added and taken away, and really it turns out to be one of my favorite songs in the album, mainly because the very end, there were just some things that came together that I didn't really anticipate. It was just such a huge, big sound that I really fell in love with, and I think is one of the coolest moments on the album.